Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a grocery haul from a recent grocery trip. We went to Sam's Club, Walmart, Aldi. We also did make a stop at Lowe's for some supplies that we're going to be working on some projects here coming up soon. We have some guests that are going to be staying with us, so we have some different things that we're going to be sharing today in the grocery haul. And then I also will be doing some food prep, so if you're wanting to skip ahead to that, I will share with you what minute marker you can skip to if you're wanting just to see the food prep. But like I said, we have a grocery haul and then there will be some food prep for the week ahead. As always, I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me during these videos. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. And if you are new here and this is something that you enjoy watching, I would love for you to subscribe and hit those like buttons. It always helps out my channel. But anyway, let's jump right into today's video. All right, I have another grocery haul for you guys today. This one is kind of a mix of things. So we went to Walmart, we went to Sam's Club, and we have a couple of things from Aldi. Oh, and we went to Lowe's. I have a couple of projects that I'm going to be working on here soon. So I was going to share, just kind of giving you a little sneak peek of what we're going to be working on. But we are going to be hosting at the end of this week. So I wanted to get some stuff for that. I also don't plan on going to the grocery store next weekend. So I got kind of some stuff to last us. It's just, kind of filler things, but also not. It's just a little bit different. So anyway, we are going to, let's start over here actually, because it's just a couple of little random things. So we found a lot of coolers were on clearance most places we went, and my husband, he actually really liked this one. This one is a 9-quart, 8 liters. If I can find the receipt, I'll put the price of this up, but it was really cheap. It was maybe half the price of what it originally was, and he wanted it for a lunchbox. He works out on jobs a lot, and so he's in the heat a lot. The shop that he works at, it also does not have any air conditioning, so he is always in the heat, and he thought that a nice cooler of this size would work really well for his lunch. So anyway, he got this for that. We got some cat litter, just kind of random. It was there. I also found this. We were driving past a shop, and it was only $12 for this chime. Anyway, so they had a bunch of different ones of these, and I really liked them. I love hanging these. One in my room, and I'm kind of always collecting them. So I think that's actually where it's going to go, but I've been looking for sun or moon, some type of celestial thing to go out by the pool. So I think I'm going to swap out the one that's in my room and put that one by the pool, and then I will put this one in my room. But anyway, I saw it for $12. I thought it was very pretty. It seems really well made. Okay, so I mentioned that we were going to be working on a couple of different projects. One of the first ones we're working on is going to be the laundry room, and this is the color that, it's hard to see, I guess, but it's called Thorny Brush. And we got it in a Valspar. We got satin interior paint. So we got that one for a couple of different places. That is going to be coming up here really soon. And then we also got this paint. Again, I feel like they're not translating well on camera, but it is called Low Tide. And this is also a Valspar. We got this again in satin, but this paint we have been working on my son's room downstairs, and this is the paint we're gonna use. We got a gallon of it because I also do plan on starting to redo my younger boy's room. So we're going to be doing the bunk beds and the accent wall in this, and then we're going to do the other walls in, I believe, more of a white. I have millennial gray all over my house, and that's kind of my goal, is to get rid of that. I'm just so tired of it. So we got a couple of paint to start a couple of different projects, and you will be seeing that shortly here in the future. But let's get to our grocery haul. We got some toilet paper. We got a 6-pack of the Viva paper towels. We really like these. They last a long time. I have these throughout the house. However, I have not tried, I think I've tried this scent. These were at Sam's Club, and I have not tried that. It does smell good, but I usually stick to one scent because I'm pretty sensitive with scents. So we're gonna test these out. I hope I end up really liking them. It's 2 of the linen and sky and 3 of the twilight lavender, which I think out of the 2 of them, I like the twilight lavender a little more, so that works out a little bit. Oh, are they mixed? No. I was gonna say, because they have like different color lids, but no, I don't think that is. Anyway, so we got those to try out, and I hope I end up liking them because it is a 5-pack. We got that. I love Otoban. So I use this on like our mattresses, on curtains in between washing them and stuff like that. I also like using this stuff in laundry. I recently saw that it was actually a multi-purpose cleaner, and someone was actually using it like to clean with. So I'm gonna look into that a little bit more. If you do that, let me know, because I didn't realize that was a thing until recently. So this was at Sam's Club. It was $9.99, I believe, for this 2-pack, which is actually a really good deal because I buy these at Walmart, and usually just this large one is, I think it's the same size, is that price. So this is actually a really good deal because you get both of them for that one price. So again, that was at Sam's Club. So were these. These were also at Sam's Club, and I don't drink these, but my kids do. Well, my teenagers, not my younger ones, but my teenagers, they're teens. They like, you know, the fancy drinks and all that kind of stuff. So they asked for Alani's. I feel better about getting them the mini Alani, so I never get them the full-size ones, and they are heavily limited in my house as well, even the teenagers. So we have these that will last us quite a while. I think my husband also drinks them sometimes, so we got those. If you know me, you know that I have trouble with drinks. And I have been taking these collagen peptides. I get the unflavored kind. I got this at Sam's Club. This is like the bigger one. It's probably hard to tell. I have the smaller one, but it is bigger. So anyway, I got this at Sam's Club. I use this and I put it in water. However, I can't just, even though it is unflavored, it says, I cannot drink it without flavoring. So however, I'm very picky with flavorings of water. So usually the only flavor I can do is like orange of things. I've tried Crystal Light, and my stores near me, they have all gotten rid of the orange flavor. That's like the only one. I like the lemonade, but they have only been having the ones for the quarts. So anyway, regardless, I feel like I keep going around and to all the oranges of all these different add-ins, and then they get rid of them. So I'm now at Alani, and I'm doing the Orange Kiss to try. I usually will only use like half a package. So I'll use half a pack of this in my big like Stanley cup of water, and then I use the serving size of this. So that is usually how I drink that. I have not tried it with the Alani, but usually it's some type of orange. I have been this week also adding fresh lime slices to that. So anyway, I will let you know how that goes, but I ended up trying my daughter's Orange Kiss. This one, it has that flavor. And so I tried hers last week, and I'm like, oh, that actually tastes good. So that's why I went ahead, and I'm hoping that that will be similar. My husband, he drinks these. He doesn't drink coffee, so he gets a couple packages of those to get him through. I have been trying numerous different protein shakes and drinks, and I finally found that I really like these. The Fairlife Core Power. I usually get the vanilla. I I might have tried the chocolate, I can't remember, but the vanilla I really like. And I found a recent hack with like a 0 sugar Sprite and then adding a 0 sugar or like a diet cherry flavoring and then adding these to kind of like a fancy afternoon drink type of thing. Anyway, so that is that. I got some vitamins here. Just these are primarily the kids', so they're magnesium. We take ashwagandha. I also saw this online. I didn't realize this existed, but there was a cleaning lady that I saw while I was scrolling on TikTok, and she was using this. She actually used it on a client's floors. And I thought that was really interesting. So I'm gonna try this. It says you can use it on appliances, stovetops, countertops. So I'm sure the list goes on. So I'm gonna try doing that. It worked really well in her video, so I'll let you know how that goes. I like cleaning with hydrogen peroxide also, so I did get more of that. I got some just more shampoo. I kind of alternate my shampoos. So usually I will use like this and a Biolage. So I had to get more of that. I was really looking for different cleaners. And so I got some kind of random ones, but I got some of this. I like kind of cleaning the bottom of our shower stalls and stuff with this. So I did get that. I don't know if I showed you this, but we got this and then the vitamins. So that is all, I believe, in that area. Okay, we got some toaster strudels. My boys like having these, so I like having them in the freezer for whenever they want them. This, if you've been here a while, you know that my kids love yogurt parfaits, like specifically in the morning or for like snacks. And we recently found that they like these Greek yogurt, the Chobani Flip cups. So that is what we have been getting. And this is honestly how much we need. We have trouble fitting all of these in our fridge, and it's almost kind of embarrassing picking all of these up, like when we're not getting them from the box. So this box is from Sam's Club. We usually, if we are not going to Sam's Club, we will just pile these in our cart, and we get so many to get us through the week that we just kind of look silly. So anyway, we got more of these. I ended up getting 2 boxes because we go through about a box a week. Like I said, they'll have them for breakfast. They'll have them for snacks, desserts. They're kind of just an all over thing. My husband also likes bringing these to work. So we got 2 boxes so we can also have them for like the next coming week, since I probably won't be going to the grocery store. I was going to make another one of those Dr. Pepper pies. If you did not see that video, it was a couple videos ago, and it was so good. And that's coming from someone that does not even like Dr. Pepper. So I got the ingredients to make more of that. We got some vanilla puddings, 2 of those mixes, and then this is not for that, but I got another graham cracker pie crust. So we got one of those. I plan on making it since we're gonna have guests. I figured they would like to try that. These I saw, I don't know if I've ever showed these. I found these like, oh my gosh, they were so long ago at the store at one random Walmart. It wasn't even ours. Ours does not carry these, but they were at a random Walmart like a year ago. And I got them because I thought they were kind of interesting looking, and then we tried them and they're so addicting. So anyway, I was going down that aisle at a different Walmart this week and I saw that they had these, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're 35 calories for 2 candies. And I wish I could say that I could stop at 2. They are so addicting. You have to like hide these. So anyway, I got 2 bags of these. They're also really cheap. I want to say it's like $1 for each of them. So we got those so I can kind of stock up, since apparently I only see them like once a year. So we got those. I have been addicted to True Fruit recently. So we got a bunch of strawberry. So these are actually the freeze-dried kind. I have not even tried the ones that are in the freezer section, just like the frozen strawberries with chocolate. I'm sure they're really good. I'm sure they're pretty similar. But kind of to save us on freezer space because we have a lot of meat and stuff in our freezer. I got these freeze-dried ones and they are incredible. I love having these. They're really easy just to grab and go. And usually, you know, you can just pop a few for a sweet treat if you're wanting it. So oftentimes that is actually what I have for dessert. I don't usually eat one of these entire packs, but I split it up. You know, like I said, I just kind of leave it. And then whenever I'm craving something sweet or I'm wanting dessert, I'll just take a couple of these and that usually satisfies me. So like I said, if the whole pack, it says is 1 serving and it's 250 calories. But like I said, I don't ever sit here and just eat an entire pack. I could. These are really good. I definitely could. I also only get the strawberry ones because the raspberry ones are very good. I feel like they're slightly sweeter, but they have way too many seeds. I cannot get over all of the seeds in my teeth. So these have some seeds, but not nearly as many as the raspberry. So again, they're very good. I don't eat bananas usually. I like banana flavored stuff. I'm not a huge banana person, so I have not tried the banana ones, but the strawberry ones are incredible and they're very addicting. So we got a couple of different, this was the bigger bag. This is like $5 and something. And then we grabbed a couple of just these like single serving bags. So we got a couple of those to get us through the next week at least. I got some pepperoni. I wanted to do some like a cheese and meat and crackers type of platter. So I got the stuff for that basically. I got some turkey pepperoni. I got these from Aldi. They are so much cheaper to get this type of stuff from Aldi from what I found. So I got these from Aldi. They're just the turkey sausage. Let's see. They have 7 grams of protein. Stuff's kind of, oh, there it is. For 2 sticks, it is 7 grams of protein and 80 calories. And they taste good, so in my opinion. So I got the turkey sausage, one of those. I believe I also got this at Aldi. Chicken and maple mini sticks. I am not a huge maple person, but I did want to try these. So they're 5 grams of protein, 1 gram of total sugar. They're 35 calories for 1 stick. So I got some of these for basically my husband and I. He will probably bring these to work. And I like having these for like easy snacks while I'm on this diet. So those are kind of a go-to. And like I said, Aldi has great prices for them. We also get this premium ham from Aldi's. So if I know that we're going to Aldi, I will hold off on lunch meat because my daughter prefers the lunch meat from Aldi. So that is what I got. And this is usually what she requests. So that's what we got. They also really have a ton of great options for hummus. So I got some of this to go with our veggies. They have, if you've been there, you know that they have a great selection of cheese. So I just got 2 of those while I was there. I got some sausage. Now this is breakfast sausage. I'm planning on making some breakfast enchiladas. So I got this for that whenever we have guests over. I only got an 18 count of eggs because recently we haven't been going through as many because I was eating so many eggs at the beginning of my diet and I got the ick for them. So I stopped eating eggs and kind of making them in general. So we haven't needed to buy as many, but I did get a pack so I could make a couple things like the breakfast casserole and stuff like that. We got some Fairlife this week. I've actually been buying this pretty recently. I buy it frequently now, but I wanted to try this in a ice cream recipe that I saw. Not sure if it's gonna go over well, but I did want to test it out to see. It's kind of like a healthier ice cream. I also really love having this one like in my coffee. I saw this at Aldi though, and I actually saw someone suggest it online. I think this is like their version of Fairlife, but this is the chocolate one. So I got this to see. I'm not a huge chocolate milk person, so I probably won't drink this, but I figured we could maybe add this to, you know, some like smoothies with banana or whatever. My kids will probably want this, so I got it in chocolate to kind of test out and see. the reviews for this based on this and the post that I had seen were kind of mixed. So I'm a little curious. If you have tried these, let me know how just the plain one is versus the Fairlife, because I want to say that this was like $3 and this is $5 or $6. So anyway, let me know if you have tested them out and if there's a major difference or not. We got a large bag of mini sweet peppers. I got 2 bags of the small cucumbers. I got 1 red onion. I still have a package of onions, so that was all the onions. And I didn't get a ton of vegetables because we have a ton growing in our garden, so I didn't really need any other than the couple that I got. Celery. I got this big thing of limes. Like I said, I've been using it in a lot of different salsas and stuff, but also my drinks with my different vitamins and stuff. So got some more of that, and I just got a big bag. I believe I got that at Sam's Club. I got some cheese. Recently, we have been getting salmon for different lunches. Normally is when we have it, and my kids really like it too. So I got a couple different ones. I bought this one at Walmart for $9.15. It says that it is about $10.64 a pound at Walmart. So I got this one first, and then the next day is when we went to Aldi. And this one is $8.99 a pound. And then it was $7.10. So I would compare, because it is a little better to get it at Aldi for the $8.99 versus the $10.64. So I got 2 of those. That will last us. I'll actually we go through probably 1 of these because we portion them out. So we go through about 1 of these a week, and if I'm just eating it by myself, it will definitely be more than that. So anyway, I'll put whatever is portioned out in the fridge, and then whatever's left will go in the freezer. We also got a large thing of chicken, and that had also went down in price too. This was $9.52. Usually they're about $12. Let's see. Price per pound is $2.48 at our Walmart. So that was actually pretty good this week. I found these at Sam's Club. They're just the chicken apple breakfast sausage. So I got the links. And I can't remember. I've had this brand before. I just can't remember if it was like these sausage links or the breakfast links or not. So I'm gonna test those out and see if I like those. We also got these. We bought these for 4th of July, and they were really good. So these are also from Sam's Club. They were not spicy, even though I did question it because it shows jalapenos and it says it's peppers with cheddar cheese. These went so quick on 4th of July. These were gone. So these are a huge hit. Everybody really liked these, and like I said, they weren't spicy. I asked a lot of different people. There was kids, everyone eating them, and they were not spicy. So if you saw those and wanted to give them a try, you definitely could. We got a couple of different pops, again, because we're hosting. Some potatoes. I recently started getting these from Sam's Club because they're giant. Like, giant compared to the ones that you get at Walmart. So I can't remember if they were really much different in price, but they're huge. Like, this is massive. Anyway, got those at Sam's Club. Just a couple of random things to finish us off. Some Alfredo sauce. We got 2 jars of salsa, some mayo, spaghetti noodles. I got some of this, and honestly, it took me a while to find this because I believe they changed the label. This is the one that it's hard to get a picture of. I think they changed it to this. If you're used to buying this G. Hughes, like teriyaki marinade, they also have the barbecue, like the 0 sugar one. It is different. It used to have like a picture, and now it looks like this, I believe. Unless I bought the wrong one, but I've compared I think it's the same. So anyway, I buy this because I love this on my chicken. It's very good. And even, on various other things, we're going to be making some more barbecue flatbreads. And instead of having barbecue sauce, I like to have this. So I'm going to do that. Okay. We got more Cheddar Bay biscuits. some penne noodles. My daughter loves this miso soup. It has 3 packets in it, and this is just, I mean, as long as she has been around, she has loved this miso soup. So whenever I see it, then it's not at our Walmart, but it's at other ones I know, like larger ones. We have a really small Walmart locally to us, so the larger ones have this, and this is her absolute favorite. Now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't say that there's tofu, and that's the one she likes, so maybe this isn't the right one, but she likes the one with tofu in it, and I know she'll still eat this though. But I got more of that for her. Some more pickles. We go through so many pickles. Tomato sauce. More of this cowboy butter. If you've been here a while, you know I put this on everything, particularly the chicken that I stock up every week. So I got more of that. Some more garlic. This is the coffee I buy, the espresso, some more chocolate chips, some rice, sugar, flour. We go through a lot of tuna now, so we buy that, and that probably will be gone by this week. We go through a ton of tuna because it has so much protein and so little calories. So my husband usually, he will bring this for work. We have this for lunch. So that will probably be gone this week. I got these for the brats, and honestly, I don't even know if they're gonna work because they're like little hot dog ones. I got these at Sam's Club, by the way, but they're kind of little. And I don't know if they'll work for the brats, but they didn't have any for brats when I went, so we'll see. If not, we'll end up using them for something, and we'll just put them in the freezer until we know what to do. We got some chips for our salsa, some crackers. I like doing these. They're a lot cheaper, so I buy these instead of the club crackers, and I can't ever tell the difference. But that's to go with the cheese and pepperoni and stuff like that. We have not tried these, but these were at Sam's Club, and we saw it, and my husband was like, immediately yes, and put that in the cart. So we got some of those. I don't ever buy these, but randomly a couple weeks ago, my mom bought this box for my kids, and it was really nice to have on hand throughout the day, like for a quick snack, or they would have a sandwich and just grab a bag of chips, and it was just so convenient. And I have not bought these in forever, but I saw this when we went to Sam's, and I'm like, you know what? I really liked that. I really liked how easy that was. So and usually they have chips for lunch, but we buy like the bigger bags like these. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab one of these, and it was super easy, and you know, I like those days. So we got those at Sam's Club. These are from Walmart. I have not bought these in a really long time, but my kids, my younger boys in particular, I think they really like them. So for a quick snack, you know, or like a beach day or a park day, these type of things are perfect for those quick days. I do plan on doing some prepping, and if this is not crazy long, I'll actually include it in this video after this portion. But anyway, that is all we got from our grocery haul. And then, like I said, we have some projects coming up, so I will be sharing that with you. I'll see you guys later. So as I mentioned, we have some guests staying for the week, and I'm wanting to get some food prep out of the way. I like to do a lot of this ahead of time just to kind of set me up good for the week ahead, but also I like to not be in the kitchen the entire time we have guests. So I'm just going to be throwing together a couple of things to make my life a little easier while everybody is here, but then also to make my life a little easier after they leave. That way I'm not back in the kitchen immediately after working on stuff. So I always like to throw some cookies together, and usually my go-to is chocolate chip cookies. So I'm going to throw some chocolate chip cookies together just so we have available for some quick snacks. And it's funny because I did this, it's been a couple of days, and I set these out when our guests arrived, and by the end of the first evening, these were almost gone. Like, I think we only have like 3 left. So they went super quick. And I did, of course, make that Dr. Pepper pie that I mentioned. That is like a new thing. It's so easy to make and it's delicious. And it's something that people, they see and they're like, oh, interesting. I've never heard of that before. So I made another Dr. Pepper pie, and that is something that I'll also be serving when guests come. So I didn't share how to make that though, because I did recently just do that in a video. So just know if you're wanting to see that, I have that in, I want to say it was like 2 videos ago. So anyway, that I made some cookies, and now I'm going to be putting together some peanut butter protein balls. Now, I make these different probably every time I make them. They generally have the same stuff, but like this time I'm adding in these coconut flakes. I add in some protein powder, a couple of like little vitamin powders, just to kind of pack in the nutrients. And so I do that. My kids, they usually grab for one of these. My husband, he brings these to work. So these will look different depending on what I have in the pantry and just what kind of sounds good. I often will do like different varieties of chopped nuts. I will say though, my kids are not huge with like nuts. My daughter is, but she's pretty much the only one. So I will often not do those because they last a little longer, and my other kids don't tend to grab for them when they are packed with like nuts. They don't mind the dried fruit. They'll eat those too, but for the most part, I like doing these more of like a dessert type of style. So I do peanut butter, I add honey for sweetness, I add in the chocolate chips. I do like using the mini chocolate chips, but I didn't have those on hand, so I just used what I did have, and it was just the normal size semi-sweet chocolate chips. So I'm going to throw those together. Like I said, I did add some coconut flakes. I don't usually measure those. The main things that I measure in this recipe are like the oats, the peanut butter, the honey, and that's pretty much it. Like I'll do the protein powders if I'm adding those in, which I did do that. I just did some unflavored ones. So you can really do whatever you want with these, but these are always such a hit. And this flavor that I'm doing here with the peanut butter and the chocolate, a lot of times I get the feedback where it tastes like a Reese's. So that is what I'm throwing together. And whenever I make these, I always put them on a baking sheet that has a piece of parchment paper, and then I just put them in the fridge to set, and then you can pull them out, put them in a gallon-sized bag. You can put them in the freezer and stuff. They do last. I like doing those in large batches, having one in the freezer and then one in the fridge, and then whenever, just kind of rotating them. Now that I got those done, I'm going to be starting on our next recipe. I'm moving kind of quick today, wanting to not make this video so crazy long. So I just did, the important parts of the recipes. But anyway, so I am starting on a breakfast. This is breakfast enchiladas is what I call it. But I wanted to have this available. So I'm not going to cook it. I'm just going to get it ready and in the pan. And then I'm going to put it in the freezer. Then I'm going to pull it out on one of the mornings that we have the guests over, and I'll just put it in the oven, then bake it. What I always do, this is really similar to like a biscuits and gravy, and I think that's why it goes over really well every time. So you can really add a variety of things to this. I always keep it really simple. So what I'm doing is I have a pound of breakfast sausage going in this pan. I am now making the gravy. So I cook the breakfast sausage all the way through. I put about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of flour in the sausage once it's done, and I fully coat it, just kind of cook it for a minute or so, and then I slowly add in the milk to thicken it up. So that's what I'm doing here. Once it gets to the consistency I'm wanting, I'll add in salt and pepper, and that is good to go. I'll set that aside, and then I'm going to start working on some scrambled eggs to fill the tortillas with. This is one of those recipes that it's so super easy to do. If you like breakfast for dinner, this is a really great recipe. This is easy to do ahead of time and then just pull out and pop in the oven. It makes a very quick breakfast. I like doing this occasionally during like the school year. I'll do this on the weekend when I do most of my food prep. And then during the week, the kids can pull out an enchilada and have that for breakfast. And it's not something that I have to do, right then and there on a busy morning. So I like doing these, and it's nice to do ahead of time when you're having guests. And that way you can spend as much time with your guests as you want, and you're not stuck in the kitchen making a big meal. So that is what I'm getting to. I'm just making some scrambled eggs. Again, you can add peppers, mushrooms. You can really go crazy with this and do whatever you're wanting in yours. But I always keep this really simple, especially when we're having guests, because not everybody likes all the peppers and stuff like that. So I'm going to put those together and put them in the pan, and then I'll put them in the freezer. All I'm doing to this is I'm taking these scrambled eggs, I'm putting in a scoopful into these tortillas. I put a little scoop of cheese, I roll them up, and then I put them seam side down in the gravy. I also did do the gravy in the bottom of the pan just a little bit so the enchiladas, they don't stick to the bottom. It makes it so easy to take them out that way. And I was recently talking to my aunt. She does enchiladas. Like, I do all kinds of different enchiladas, but you can always line the bottom of your pan. You can use parchment paper, or you can use the gravy or the enchilada sauce, whatever you're doing. You can line the bottom of the pan, and they come out so significantly easier when you do it that way. I'm going to get these all wrapped up and put in the pan, and then I'll top it with the remaining gravy and a little bit more cheese. And like I said, I'm just going to put some foil on them, put them in the freezer until we're ready to bake them. The next thing that I'm going to be making is something that I always feel is not going to go over well. However, it usually does when people give it a chance. So I am making something that I always call not pasta salad. And it's basically the stuff that you find in a pasta salad, but without the pasta. So I like doing this. This is something that I came across months ago online. There was a girl that lost an insane amount of weight. I want to say it was like 200 pounds or something. She lost a lot of weight, and she was sharing the recipes that she ate to lose the weight. And this was one of them. She did a bit of a different sauce, I want to say. I end up switching it around. Sometimes I will use like a better dressing. I couldn't think of the word. I usually will use like a different dressing, but I do like mixing it up. So in this one, I did use like a Greek style dressing. You can use Italian. You can definitely use a variety, whatever you like in your pasta salads you can use. But this was a recipe that I kind of adapted, but it's pretty similar to the one she posted, and it is just packed with vegetables. There is some cheese. You could definitely add a variety of that. I think I just kind of did pretty basic. Like I said, we're going to be having guests. I didn't want to get it too crazy, but I wanted to still enjoy it in case no one, like, I'm always worried that no one's going to like it. And it actually ended up going over very well. But for whatever reason, I'm like, oh, I think because it's packed with vegetables, I feel like I have to convince people to like try it. So I'm always like, I don't know if this is going to go over well. So I wanted to keep it kind of plain, but have all the things that I still like in it in case I'm the only one left eating this like huge bowl. Didn't end up being the case, and I think I have this conversation with myself every single time I make this. So I am dicing up 3 different bell peppers. I'm not huge with green bell peppers, but I really like the yellow, orange, and red ones, so I usually will just get like the assortment of those at Walmart. I got that. I'm dicing them up in smaller pieces. I like mine in smaller pieces for this, but if you like larger pieces, you can do the larger pieces. And then just do whatever you like in pasta salad. So in mine, I generally like the peppers. You can do the sweet peppers too. I like cucumbers. I did a bunch of cherry tomatoes from my garden. So you'll see a variety of different color of cherry tomatoes. I like red onion in mine. So I'll dice up couple of slivers of that. I didn't go crazy again because of other people. I know my husband, he eats onions, but like if he knows they're in there, he acts like he doesn't eat onions. I don't know what that's about, but he'll eat them if they're like small enough and he doesn't know they're there. It's just funny. So anyway, I did do some onions, and I did the red ones. You can also do green onions. I think that probably would go over better with my husband. Like I said, if he doesn't see them there, he doesn't pay any attention to it. So it's just him seeing it. So we made them small just in case. But I also like to dice up some cheese, some like salami. I want to say it was ham. I will either do like ham or turkey. I dice up. Just whatever we got on hand. I have done carrots in the past. You can do celery, just whatever you like, whatever you have on hand. So I'm going to finish dicing this up, and then I'm going to put the Greek dressing in, just give it a toss, and then I'll put it in the fridge to chill, and we will have a nice side to some meals coming up. Oh, I forgot I also added in capers. This is not something I usually add, but I did like the addition of that. So I just put like a scoop of capers. I chopped them up really nicely, and then I tossed those in. That is the dressing that I usually will use. Like I said, I'll kind of mix it up here and there, but I do really like this Greek style dressing. So I'm going to mix that up, and then like I said, I'll just pop that in the fridge for later. But this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.